for Sri Lanka, has there been any sort of redeeming factor for Sri Lanka's sort of campaign? Do you think there's any standout there? What are the kind of positives that they take from this?
Malinga's leadership when it came to bowling was a standout for me. I think their campaign got revived only after he stepped in, and there was some talk also around that he's going to take that fielding responsibility and making sure the bowlers are in place, and it showed with that England game as well. And he has been an inspiration in that side through and through. I think the matches which they've won have been because of Malinga's impact on those matches. Fernando is another one.
I just want to interrupt you 1 second. With Malinga, possibly could have been disillusioned that he wasn't given the captaincy. Just leading up to it, he had it, and then just could have been just disillusioned coming into World Cup saying, should have had it, I don't have it, you can...
I don't think so. I think that...
Because you were with him at the time, that's what I'm asking. It's rightful if he is disillusioned at the time.
You look at this World Cup and you look at, analyze all the teams.
Yeah.
Okay, including Afghanistan. Closer to the World Cup, they've shifted away from their plans. Now with Sri Lanka, there was no consistency in terms of who is going to be the captain. They've had some 5 captains, I think, leading up to the World Cup.
57 players. So, from 2015 World Cup to 2019, 7 captains.
Yeah. So I think the issue was
Captains, if you take out India, probably has also played 50. From last World Cup till this. There must be that many changes.
No.
Oh, of course. 50. Not different players.
Not
but he's talking about playing 11 changes.
Yeah.
Must be.
I'm saying 57 players.
I'm with you.
57 players have played.
So Karunaratne they made captain just before the tournament,
right.
Which was not part of the plan. Maybe yes, the sensible option would have been giving Malinga the captaincy. Let him take that more responsibility, which eventually he did in the tournament. So when you are in a group, you are all backing each other. That's something it actually showed that. It doesn't matter who the captain is, it showed with Afghanistan team as well. Eventually they got things together. When they were having that captaincy issues, Asghar Afghan was removed from captaincy, Gulbuddin Naib had given the captaincy.
Said, but no, Asghar Afghan is still my captain. Exactly. And Rashid Khan was tweeting and Nabi was tweeting.
So, you look at Pakistan, who didn't have their 15 sorted. When they played in England, where the World Cup was going to be played. So these things don't really help a team in terms of planning and preparation, and also that doesn't give you that clarity of executing your plans. So that's something which is very important. So with Sri Lanka, I don't think Malinga was thinking that now they've not given me captaincy and I'm going to play differently or not going to be supporting my teammates. That's what it did, and that's what everyone does when you are in a team environment. Captain is just a guy who is taking those calls on the field and managing all the players.
So you like the fact that Malinga still took leadership of the bowling unit.
Exactly.
Stepped up and did that.
Yeah.
With his experience.
So because and you look at Karunaratne, he's just inexperienced captain being
he's World Cup captain.
Yeah.
He hasn't played an ODI since the 2015.
But for Sri Lanka. But for Sri Lanka, there were positives. Avishka Fernando for sure is a positive. Kushal Mendes had not been able to contribute.
I was going to ask you which Kushal, in terms of, and then which Mendes.
No, Kushal Pereira did fabulously well. He actually provided that intent and spark in batting which was required. Their campaign was a standard campaign where they went in the English conditions. The weather was tricky to bat in the first couple of weeks of the tournament. They were complaining about wickets, and eventually they accepted the conditions and understood that they can't control the things. Let's just focus on playing the game, and started seeing the results. So that is something which their campaign has been. I think it's just a campaign which. The preparation of the campaign was not done with a method. There was no method followed. So they figured themselves out as they moved along in the tournament. But the good thing is they still have the talent. They still have good players coming through. Like Fernando can make a huge impact on international cricket. Kushal Pereira is someone who's been very good. Karunaratne himself has been very consistent with his batting.
You've got to stick with it, right? Like Sri Lankan board and Sri Lankan selectors have to figure out a plan. You can't have a random plan like this, right? That's what Sangakkara has been saying on air as well. It's like, what's the plan? You can't have. 57 different players have won the Sri Lankan cap in the last 4 years, and what they would have played I think they would have probably played just 57 one-day internationals or 55 one-day internationals.
And bowling is something that,
Yeah.
you know, if you have Malinga, who's, you know, been one of the finest players to have played for Sri Lanka and around the world in limited overs version, but he's, you know, past his retirement. He's already had one retirement. He's come back, he's gone back, he's come back. And if he is still your number one bowler, then you got worries in that team.
Then the system.
You know,
There were worries in the system,
because
actually.
you know, Kapil Baji can't be still playing for India, right? In '83, you know, he would have been the bowler, but so it's similar. He is the greatest, but you know, there is a time. So, and if he's still the best, then you know what the other 4-5 are like.
Yeah.
You know, so, and they're still waiting for Tishara Pereira to come good.
Yeah,
you know.
even I'm waiting.
So
I think I saw him hit a
when
couple
you
of
buy-
sixes like 2 years ago, and I've just been wanting to see that again.
Yeah. So when you buy lotteries, then you have to wait.
You have to wait for the lottery to
The
come.
57 tickets you bought.
Yeah.
You said 57 they bought, right? In the last 4 years. They kept buying and lottery, ye chal jayegi, ye nahi chali. But you know, we are blessed when you buy here, when the lottery comes, the guy is not lottery, he's, you know.
It's a blue chip fund.
Blue chip.
It's a
So
blue
he's-
chip fund which you can invest in.
Yeah. So,
Boom.
So that's what you got from Sri Lanka. And I mean, it's been disappointing.